What's going on, my people? Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily video for you guys, where I keep you guys up to date for all the latest Chelsea news and some interesting news for the striker situation. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. According to various reports, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the plan B option to Erling Haaland. We've got another update on Erling Haaland. I'm tired of speaking about this guy, but when there's updates on Erling Haaland, you guys want to hear it, I'm going to be giving you guys all the exclusive updates. And finally, we speak about pre-season. It's been confirmed pre-season is starting on Monday in 3 days' time. Thomas Tuchel will be taking it underway, and still no signings. Chelsea, it's time to wake up. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each topics that I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into this news story. And starting off with the Erling Haaland news, there was a podcast. I don't know if you guys watched it yesterday. It was on Twitch. Fabrizio Romano went live on Twitch alongside Christian Falk. Very reliable when it comes to Bundesliga news. Christian Falk, his nationality is German. When it comes to German news, he's credible. He is tier 1 when it comes to German news. Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund. And of course, we know the credibility and the reliability of Fabrizio Romano. He is arguably the most reliable journalist in European football. So both of them had a live Twitch session. It was fantastic. You know, people could ask their questions. It was a bit of a Q&A kind of thing. I watched quite a lot of it, and I saw basically all the highlights, and I'll be summarising everything from that in regards to Chelsea, of course. And he was obviously asked about Haaland, because that is the main talking point in the summer, especially for Chelsea fans. And Christian Falk said, of course, that Chelsea are very keen on Erling Haaland, nothing new, and they will be pushing hard to get him again. It's nothing new. We know that Roman is going to be aggressive. We know that Roman really admires and dreams of Haaland. We know Tuchel really wants Haaland. We know he is number one priority. This is nothing major, nothing new. But he went on to say that it's a bit like the Kai Havertz situation in a sense where Chelsea took advantage of the COVID market to get him last summer, and Christian Falk is basically saying that the same thing is happening with Erling Haaland this summer. He said that Chelsea have a massive chance and a massive opportunity to get him if they pay a big price and break the bank. Now, he did later on to go on and say that he doesn't personally see this deal to materialise or happen, mainly because Dortmund are desperate to keep Haaland. They've just lost Sancho. Sancho's already been announced. It was announced yesterday by Borussia Dortmund and Manchester United. They've reached an agreement. Sancho's already been pictured in a United shirt. After the Euro ends, Sancho's going to complete his pending medical. It's all going to be done. Basically, it's imminent. It's basically finito. He will become a Manchester United player. Now, as I keep stressing in multiple videos, think of it from Dortmund's perspective. It's always nice to think of it from other clubs' perspective. Do you really think they would lose two of their best, most prized assets in Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland in one summer? It doesn't seem too realistic. Now, think of it this way. Put yourself as a Dortmund fan. You've just lost Sancho, one of your best players. You're going to be down and downbeat. If you lose Erling Haaland, who's even better, who's essentially your best player, you're going to be really angry as a fan. You're going to be angry at the Dortmund hierarchy for letting both go in one window. You understand, you have the perception that you are a selling club. You've come to terms with that because that's what they've been doing. They churn over profits year on year in. That's basically based on their business model. They essentially bring in young talent, they develop them, and they sell them for a profit. That's their business model. You respect that as a fan. But then to lose both of your prized assets in one window, it doesn't make sense. As I keep stressing, the only way I see Haaland signing for Chelsea is, as Christian Falk has mentioned, is something extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. And it is going to take, in my personal opinion, easily £150 million. I don't think Dortmund would personally accept anything less. I think Dortmund would rather sell next summer. And yes, they are going to only get, 75 million euros, because that is the release clause fee. But at least Haaland probably guarantees them Champions League qualification for next year. So by keeping Haaland, they're going to guarantee that revenue for the Champions League. Equally, if they sell him this summer, they're going to double their money. So it really is crunching down the numbers financially and look at it from the accounting side. So they can look at it and say, how much would we get if we qualify for the Champions League next summer? In the meantime, would that be more and more significant than selling Haaland this summer? I'm sure they're already crunching the numbers down. But as we know right now, Dortmund are adamant they're going to be keeping Haaland. And of course they would. He's their best player. Of course they're going to. And that's why it's such a difficult deal to negotiate. And that's why when I see a lot of Chelsea fans screaming on the timeline, on Twitter, on social media, saying Arsenal are signing Locatelli, Manchester United are signing Sancho and Varane, Man City are going in for Kane and Grealish. It's not easy. We're dealing with mega deals here. Erling Haaland, Declan Rice, Hakimi. These were mega deals where it takes a long time to negotiate. You have to negotiate with the players' entourage, their representatives, the agents as well, because they're going to want a massive commission. You then got to talk with the hierarchy, you got to negotiate a fee. These things take time. Added into this as well, you've got a Euros going on. It's not going to be easy directly, communicating with the player. You've got to communicate with their agent, their representatives, their family, their camp, and it's long. It's really long, and I'm sure that they're working very hard. And all I basically plead to you guys is be patient. The window is still long. Listen, I know I've said in the past that I'm getting a bit impatient, and that is true. I'm getting a bit impatient. It's not nice seeing all these other major clubs around us, improve and strengthen and bolster their squads. I want to see Chelsea doing the same, but you need to understand that Chelsea's model changed from a few seasons ago, where we'd always, if we can't get first choice, it's fine, we'll settle for second, third. We don't run like that anymore. We either get first choice or we don't bother. Thomas Tuchel, before the transfer window opened, said, if we can't get first choice, I don't mind continuing with the squad next season. He doesn't mind if Kai Havertz is used as a false nine, because, of course, he's a world-class elite coach who can get the best out of his players. And we know the generational talents of Kai Havertz, so it's not an issue for him. He said, get me my first choice targets or don't bother at all. And that is the perfect business model. We've got an outstanding youth academy you can rely on. I would rather rely on that and go into next season with no signings than signing absolute dross, squad fillers. We don't need that, because that would be a financial burden in 2-3 years to come when we're loaning them all over Europe like we've already done in the past. The 2017 summer, we're still paying the price for that. Bakayoko, Zappacosta, Drinkwater, Morata, we're still paying the price for that. So for me, it's a good thing, but we just have to be patient. Again, nothing major. We just know at the moment with the Haaland situation is Chelsea very keen. Roman is keen. Roman is desperate for Haaland. Tuchel wants Haaland. Haaland wants Chelsea. This is the interesting part as well. According to McCarthy Sport, Haaland is actually open to Chelsea. He would like to move to Chelsea. He admires Thomas Tuchel very much, and he would actually like to move to Chelsea, which is mega news, because it means that Haaland would potentially push for a move. Of course, Raiola would want a massive commission for this as well, but as it stands, it's a difficult deal to negotiate. Now, I do expect the bid in the next 1 or 2 weeks to be put in place for Haaland, so let's wait and see what happens there. But let's move on to other news story. Is in regards to plan B. What happens if Chelsea can't negotiate a deal for Erling Haaland? Now, according to Ekrem Kono, Tuchel has asked for the transfer of Dominic Calvert-Lewin if they can't get Erling Haaland. There have been no formal talks with Everton yet, but talks are expected to begin soon. Now, this came out of the water. This came out of nowhere. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we've never been linked to him before. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've been linked to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We know the records. He had a tremendous season with Everton. He had a lightning start last season, and yes, he dipped towards the end, but he's been superb. Of course, he got called up to the England national team. He's currently back up to Harry Kane at the Euros. Hasn't featured yet in terms of minutes, but we know the qualities. He's a young player, athletic, amazing in the air, one of the best strikers in terms of aerial ability. Really good link-up play, decent finishing, of course. There's a lot to work on, and of course, he does have a high ceiling. But I think that he would be a good option. Now, do I think he starts quality for Chelsea? Not yet. I would like to see him develop more at Everton. I think that for his development and for his sake, I think staying at Everton for at least another couple of years to really grow and develop his certain attributes in a certain game, and then move on to a bigger club, I think that would be the more logical thing from his side. I think a move to like a Chelsea or a Man United is a bit too early, because this really has been his breakout season. This is the first season last year where he really showed all the Premier League fans what he's really about in terms of quality, in terms of attributes. So I personally believe that he will need another 2-3 years just to develop a bit more. I think it's too early. Relying on one season of good form, we don't know exactly what type of player Dominic is. And if we do want to go and win the Premier League, if we do have aspirations to retain the Champions League, win the Premier League, we still, in my personal opinion, need a world-class centre-forward, a world-class number 9. And simply Dominic Calvert-Lewin, right now, as I record this, at his age, he's not world-class. You can't tell me he is world-class. Could he be world-class? That's a completely different discussion. But right now, everyone knows Dominic Calvert-Lewin is not world-class. And I think that we do need a world-class striker if we want to compete for the Premier League title next season. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Now, finally, let's speak about pre-season, because according to reports, Thomas Tuchel will be undertaking pre-season this Monday, 3 days' time. They are understood that homegrown stars, including Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Trevor Chalobah, Dujon Sterling, Mbuyamba, Mark Guehi and Broha, are expected to be given opportunities to impress in pre-season. Now, of course, the first team players won't be returning for a few weeks yet. Depends on how much holiday. Now, I did read somewhere that depending on when they got knocked out of the Euros, they will get a 3-week holiday regardless. So, for example, let's say hypothetically England or Italy got to the final, Jorginho, Emerson, and then for the England side, Mount, Chilwell, Reece, they get a 3-week holiday. So the final is on the 11th, add 3 weeks, essentially all the way until the end of July, beginning of August. They don't have to report back to duty because they need their 3-week break before the start of the season. It makes logical sense. You look at France, they've already been knocked out. Kante's already began his 3-week holiday. Of course, you look at the situation of Kovacic, Nick been knocked out with Croatia, so he got his 3 weeks holiday. So players will be returning at different stages. But at the minute, all the little youngsters, the loans, etc., they're going to be returning, and Thomas Tuchel will be able to implement his philosophy, implement his style of play, do the proper coaching in pre-season. And I'm actually looking forward to see how Ruben does under Tuchel. That's the one player I'm interested in. Let's see how Conor Gallagher gets on. Let's see how all these youngsters get on. Mbuyamba is another one as well, because of course we signed him on the free from Barcelona, and he has a lot of potential. You know, he's rated as the next Van Dijk. So let's see what happens with him. I'm excited to see how Mbuyamba, Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets on. But pre-season has been confirmed to undertake on Monday in 3 days' time. So let's see what happens with that one. But that is me wrapping up the news daily. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.